Hello, welcome. I'm your host, Elizibar. This is Vampirella. 13. I don't have that many fingers, otherwise I would throw some fingers up for you to count the number off. Great looking cover. This is reminiscent of a lot of classic fantasy paintings. You can see the influence of artists like Frazetta and stuff in here. It's fantastic. The look on her face, the way she was looking down here, there's such a mix of emotions there. There's like a little contempt, a little caring. There's a lot of stuff going on there. I don't think I can quite unpack all of it myself. It's really cool. It's a great cover. The interior also has some great stuff. We're going to spend most of this review looking here at these two pages because the body language is superb. And I feel like this is something that I've maybe been ignoring a lot of in previous issues that I shouldn't have, and it kind of makes me want to go back and reread them because I feel like I maybe missed a lot of stuff. So we start off. This is like breaking down a Hitchcock scene, okay? This is like, have you ever seen Vertigo? There's that scene where the businessman is talking to Jimmy Stewart's character, and if you just watch the camera work, you have a pretty good idea like what's going on. Similar stuff here. Now he's talking to her about his kidnapping experience when her mom grabbed him, and flew off, and basically, tried to impress upon him the importance of her words by flying him to a graveyard. I mean, naturally, where else are you going to fly a psychiatrist except a graveyard, right? Right. And crazy stuff happens at that graveyard too. Don't forget the crazy stuff. Always with the crazy, crazy stuff. We start here. We have a low camera angle looking up. That places her in a position of power. She's got her arms crossed, so she's closed off to his emotions. And he is just talking. So he's talking to a brick wall, is what this tells you. Now, the arms lower here. This is a less hostile posture. This is more open. And you can see on her face, there's an entreaty there. But he keeps going. He keeps talking. And you can see here, this is the look of absolute stark indignation, of anger. The nostrils are wide, the eyes are wide. He is riding an emotional high. Not necessarily a pleasant one, but there's definitely a lot of oomph in there. He's upset. Now, kind of following along here. He's talking, and right here, this is kind of key. She's opening up a little bit, but he's actually turning away from her. He's closing himself off a little bit so that he can keep ranting. He's got the little head turn, but he's leaning forward almost in a submissive posture until he summons us all back up. And then she's down here. She's turned her back to him. She's looking out the window. The arms are in a higher position, more like this one, than they are here. So she's closed off to him again because he ignored her. There's so much about their body language here. The words are almost kind of secondary. No witches, no vampires, no Dracula. Then the other artist is doing a bang-up job here on these historical sections. The struggle between Lilith and Belial over the daughter and da-da-da-da-da. It's all great stuff. It's absolutely great stuff. It looks good. I like that it looks a little different than over here. Although this art style has really grown on me, especially here. There's something about this one page that is so well constructed. Because I can see this playing out in my head like in a movie. And I can understand the camera movements and stuff. This is built great. And really, this whole story is basically this stuff. Him regaling her with the story of his kidnapping and getting the info dump that he gets. We do check in on some of our other characters. So the zombie guy, the flame girl, Vampirella's ex, the body hopper person whose name I'm forgetting. I reckon Doesn't really matter too much. So we check in on this other plot line, all these other plot points. Something is brewing there, and it's going to come to fruition. And then the very end of the book delivers like a plot twist in the form of a knife right to your guts, and then they twist it, and it changes the whole meaning of the entire book. In fact, I think it changes the whole meaning of the last like 2 or 3 issues, if I'm honest, which is kind of a startling thing to do. The biggest disservice that this book has gotten, the thing that makes it its weakest, it shouldn't be published like this. This should have went straight to being a big omnibus or a couple of trades broken up into like some satisfying pieces. This month to month to month breakdown really hurts it. This needs to be read more closely, more close temporally. It needs to be read like one issue after another, not broken up and having to wait a month, not broken up and due to the unprecedented times that we find ourselves in, as they like to say on TV, you got to wait like 3 months for the next issue. Like that stuff is really hampering my enjoyment of this. It needs to be more concentrated. And that's what I got to say. You all take care of yourselves. You have a great day. Yeah, I know, spoiler free. I tried not to spoil anything if I could avoid it, because I want you to read this. I think this is probably the best issue, because it recontextualizes and places into context a lot of the other stuff that's happened in the series so far. Which kind of is a weird reason for this to be the best issue. Like you would think like those issues would now, one of them would be the best, but no. This is like so far this is kind of the linchpin. Issues like 11 and 12, we've wrapped up a lot of stuff. Here, we kind of get like the conclusion, the big punchy to a lot of that helps place it into like the universe and make it make sense. All right, I'm going to shut up though. You all take care of yourselves and bye-bye.